welcome back. This is lesson 5 in Blender, and in today's video I'll be covering how to color objects. There are multiple ways to color objects in Blender. One way is by using the simple color picker, another way is by creating your own materials, and a third way is by importing a material library that is created by someone else, so you don't need to create it. Now, I don't think I could cover all of this in one video, but let's see how much we can do. And let's get straight into action. I'm in Blender and I'll go into edit mode. I'll make some faces here. And let's say we want to put different colors on these faces. First, go into the material preview mode. On the right hand corner, it looks like a beach ball. Then click on the material properties, which once again looks like a beach ball. Then you can see a new panel opening and material and a base color. Right now the most important thing is base color. So you could see the color picker. I'm just going to leave it as white. You can make it any color you want. Now if you want to add a new color, you could click this plus sign and click new. Then you could go to base color and I'll just put red. Now you could see it's not like red there, it's just white still. So you need to click assign to assign it as red. I'll click this face because now I want that face a different color. So I'll add a new color, new, base color. I'll just put, for now, blue. Assign it, plus, new, base color, I'll put green. Assign. Now you can see we have 4 colors, red, blue, green, and white. Those are just the regular colors. I'll show you something new on these. So I'll add 2 new colors, new, then I'll make that. I'll go to RGB, make red full, green, blue. Now assign that. Then let's put the same color, but we want a different material. So I'll do the same thing. Okay, assign. Let me just click outside. Let's see how we can adjust these materials by modifying these variables in this panel. So you can see here there's a metallic. Let's just click one of them and you can see metallic. Let's see what happens if we increase it. And I'm going to zoom in, not really much. Well, you could already see a color change from comparing from this and this. Then if we decrease the roughness, you could see it's like a mirror, but just red. Let me just put the roughness at 0.2. Now we can see it's more shiny like metal. You could see some light here. Now if you want it more shiny, you could put the roughness to say 0.1. Now that really looks like a metal. Now you know how to paint something if you want it to look like metal. So now I'm going to move on to the next side to make a mirror. I'm going to add a new color. We want that new color as white. I'll select these. Assign it. Then we could go to metallic, make it full, and make roughness to 0. Now if you see here, it's like a mirror. Now if you're like, what's it reflecting? I don't see anything in my background. I'll show you what it's reflecting. If you go here to shading, there's a drop down and you can see this world. You can adjust it to different worlds. Like now you see something else, right? Aw, that's a cute dog. Now you could just adjust and put whatever world you want. That's to your choice. I don't think we have enough time to make advanced materials in today's video. Let's try to make a house and color it. So I'm going to delete this. So X return. I'm going to add a cube. I'm going to be using shortcuts to make the structure of the house. Right now I'm going to go into edit mode on the face select. I'm going to click this face and I'm going to make it wider. So I'm going to click G on my keyboard on the X axis by 4 meters. We want it by 4 meters. So I'm going to click 4 on my keyboard so that it's exactly 4 meters. Return. Now I'm going to click this face. I'm going to click G on the Z axis. So click Z and by 2 meters. So 2. Enter. Now I'm going to click G here. G on the Y axis. So Y by 4. Return. And I'm going to extrude it on the Y axis by 5. And I'm going to extrude it on Y again by 6. Now I'm going to do one more extrusion. So E, Y, and I want it by 8 meters, so 8. So I'm going to go to the second block here, the top. I'm going to extrude it on the Z axis by 3, so 3. Now I'm going to do one more extrusion by 3. Now I'm going to go to the next box and extrude it by 1.5 on the Z axis. Now I'm going to go to the next box and extrude it by 4 meters. And I'm going to click and extrude it again by 4 meters. Now I'm going to make the roof. So I'm going to go into vertex select. I'm going to select these two. Now I'm going to right click and go to merge vertices. Then you need to merge vertices at center. Now do the same thing here. Merge vertices at center. Now I'll also make that type of roof here. Now that kind of looks like a house, but let me just make some more adjustments. I'm going to go to face select and select these 3 faces. And I'm going to extrude it on the X-axis by 2.2. Turn. And I'm going to select these 3. Extrude it on the X-axis by 2.5. Now we're missing half of our roof. So I'm going to go to the loop cuts and put a loop cut there. I'll go to the vertex select and my mouse select, and I'm going to select these 2 vertex. And I'm going to extrude it by 2.5 on the Z axis, so Z. And I'm going to select the edge here. Now X. Now I'm going to go back to the vertex select. Now I'm going to select these 4 and I'm going to right click, then go to new edge / face from vertex. I'm going to do the same thing here. Now I'm going to connect all of these. Okay. Now I'm going to go to here and select these 2, extrude it on the Z axis by 2.2. Now I will select these. New face, and you can see we can't really fill in these gaps, but we can adjust it to make it more like a roof so that rain doesn't go through that gap and it's more like a house because usually there's no gap there. So I'm going to click G on my keyboard on the Y axis, so Y, and tuck it in there. Now I'll just put some angle on this one. So G, Y, tuck it in a little. Now that kind of looks like a house, but we're missing the garage. So let's build one. So I'm gonna go here. Now I'm gonna select these. And I'm gonna extrude it by, say, 9 meters. I'm gonna go to Edge Select and select this edge and grab it on the Z-axis by 2.5. Now we have a garage. You know what? I'll pull these 3 out by another 2 meters. That'll be our entrance, and I think that'll look better. So I'll go to Face Select and select these. So I'm gonna grab it on the X-axis by 2 meters. Now I'm gonna go to the bottom here. Now I'm gonna select these. And I'm gonna extrude it out by 1 meter. Turn. That's gonna be our base of the house. We don't need a base on the garage part, so let me dissolve it. So I'm gonna select these faces, right click, and go to dissolve faces. This is gonna be a 2-car garage, so I'll go to loop cut, and I'll put a loop cut right there. And I'll go to face select. I'll select these 2. I'm gonna click I on my keyboard to insert faces. Now I'm gonna go to the edge select. I'm gonna select these edges. I'm gonna click G on the Z axis. Now I'm gonna do the same here. G on the Z axis. Okay. So that's where my garage would be. I'm gonna select this one and this one. I'm gonna do double I again to insert faces. Let me do 0.8 here. So I'm gonna click 0.8. Okay, there. Now I'll go to Edge Select again. Select these. Right click, and I'm gonna subdivide them. I don't want 1, I want 2. Now I'm gonna go to face select again. Those faces are selected. Now do double I. If you do single I, it's gonna be 1. So that's gonna be our windows there. Now I'm gonna select this one. I'm gonna insert face. You could click just I now. Now I'll go to Edge Select. Select this edge and I'll pull it down. So G on the Z axis. There, then I'll select this face and extrude it in by -4. Now I'm gonna go to my knife tool. Now I'm gonna subdivide these 2 edges. Subdivide. Now I'll go to knife. Select this one. And on the Z axis, so click Z. There. Now you need to click your space bar to get rid of the knife still going. Now I'll go to face and this one. I'm gonna go to Edge Select. Select these edges. Subdivide them. Now I'm just gonna keep 2. Actually, I'm gonna do 1. And I'm gonna go to Vertex Select. Now I'm gonna go to the snapping tool to make sure it snaps onto the vertices. So turn on this magnet and go to this drop down and go to vertex, not increment. Now I'll go to my knife tool. Select this one. Now it's Z on the Z axis, so click Z. I'll go there and hit the space bar. Now I'll go to my pencil. Now I'll select all of these and insert faces on them, so I. So that's gonna be our windows there. Now I'll go over here and do the same thing. I. So that's gonna be our windows there. I think the base should come out a little bit, so I'm gonna select all the base and extrude it. So I'll select these. I'm not gonna select this face and these. Okay, now to extrude it, I'm not going to use E. I'm going to click Option E. Now you can see this extrude thing. You can see there's extrude faces along normal, extrude individual faces. We're going to use extrude faces along normals. And if you're wondering what's the difference is extrude faces along normal is the same way from every direction. So if we press it out, it's not gonna go like one way. So let's do that in action. So Option E, extrude faces along normal. Here we go. So that's our base of the house. Now I'm gonna select all the windows and the garage door. And I'm gonna extrude them in just a little bit. So let me select them. So I'm gonna extrude it, E this time. Say like -0.2. There we go. So that's our windows and garage. And if you didn't do the extrusion in, like you wouldn't see it in object mode. Now looking at this house, I have a feeling I need to jump to get here. So let's make the steps. So I'm gonna select these first. Right click to dissolve them. So dissolve faces. Then I'm gonna go to edge select. I'm gonna select this edge and this edge. Right click. Then subdivide it. So subdivide it. Then I'm gonna make it 2. Now I'm gonna go to face select again. So I'm gonna select this face and extrude it. I'm gonna extrude this face. Now we don't have a door, so how we get in? So we need to make a door. So I'm gonna select this face, insert a face. Okay, now I'm gonna go to the edge select this edge, and I'm gonna grab it on the Z-axis or else what? Small and high door. Now I'm gonna go to face select and insert a face again. Now I'm gonna go to edge select and I'm gonna grab this on the Z-axis to put it down. Now I'm gonna select this face and extrude it by -0.2. That looks like a house there. So now comes the coloring. Well, this is already a lengthy video, so we'll do the coloring in the next video. See you till then, bye bye!